Morning, morning. Um, yeah, breakfast.
Well met.
Let's. Oh, you do
Good
training.
that you want to get better.
Not very useful to me.
Have a look at my wares. I'm sure there's something to suit you.
Yeah, mead. Hey, mead for breakfast? No, I don't think so. Cafe though. Aha, yes. Some cheese, I guess, and maybe a bit of dried meat,
That's
dried
a good
venison.
deal.
And some bread. That seems
I wouldn't make that
about
deal.
as
Thank
breakfasty
you
as we're
for
gonna
your
get.
business. Take care.
Oh, what a night that was. Well, cozy enough place, I suppose, to rest up afterwards, isn't it? I guess. What time is it? 10:45 a.m. Well, we laid in for a bit. Well-deserved lie-in, mind you. I suppose we're in no real rush to get to Anvil now. Well, we'll sit here and we'll enjoy our breakfast and take our hood off and our gauntlets off and all that credit crap. And even the cloak, I suppose, as well. Because, we're just sat relaxing, We're not going anywhere for a little while. Where is it then? Bread! I mean, I know we had some stuff in our pack already, but fresh food's always better, isn't it? And the venison, which I could have put in a potion, but and who cares? Who cares? Who the hell cares, damn it? And where's the cheese gone? Come to me, little cheese. Ooh, I might have an orange as well, actually, now I think about it. It's a bit of a treat for Idris. He loves oranges. Cheese. There we go. And an orange. Nom noms. And that's good. And we'll wash it down with that cafe stuff. Where the hell it's gone? There it is. We have quite a bit of that, actually. I keep forgetting we have it. Well, here you are, Idris. Remarkably, still alive after all this time. A new man as well. The previous night certainly made a significant effect on Idris. He's, as you probably know if you've watched the journal entry, and I suggest y'all do. I know all of you don't. Not all of you do, anyway, but, that's where kind of the bulk of the character stuff is. But I suppose if you're not that interested in the character to begin with, then A, why are you here, and B, I suppose it doesn't matter. So yeah, no, he's, the events at Kvatch have had a profound effect on our dear little wizard here, and, he's decided to amend his ways a bit. He's decided that with great power comes great responsibility, to coin an old phrase. And then if he can, he's going to do his best to help kind of protect the helpless citizens of Cyrodiil, as best he can while he's here. Oh, thanks for that, you bloody police car. Fuck off, thank you. Urgh! Ruining the immersion. This is what you get for having a room at the front of the house, I'm afraid, so... Oh well, never mind. Damn it. I even fixed up the curtains to try and block some of the sound out, but you can't fix everything, can you? So, but yeah, no, Idris is slowly becoming, as one person in the comments put it, a better person. So, yeah. That's going to play into a lot of his decisions from now on. He's going to be far less apathetic towards the, the struggles of others in future. So, here we go. We'll just sit here and rest for a bit. I might even get a book out to read, actually. Oh, nice roaring fire. You will also notice that I put some Skyrim music in the background. I have managed to get my grubby mitts on the Skyrim soundtrack, so because I absolutely adore Skyrim's soundtrack. I think it's fantastic. I know Jeremy Soule isn't everyone's cup of tea, but oh my goodness, I love the Skyrim soundtrack. There are some very particular tracks in it which I really, really do like above all else. But, yeah, no, I had to go in the game, I think. Had to. I've already got Morrowind's soundtrack stuff in here anyway, so it's only fair, and Daggerfall, to come to think of it, so it's only fair if I shove Skyrim in here too. So yeah, you can enjoy that in the background, providing it's actually loud enough. It might not be, I'm afraid. The tracks themselves are a bit quiet for some reason. So yeah, I don't know when this video is going to reach you guys, by the way, because well, you know, in between like the Q&A, which was a roaring success, by the way, there's I recorded an hour and 40 minutes of me answering questions yesterday, and I'm still not even halfway through. So you're going to be spammed with lots of Q&A videos in the immediate future, which you better all bloody watch because it took forever to make them. And yeah, between that and the fact that, you know, I've kind of actually bought a lot of new games recently. They've got a sale on at the minute on GameFly on Activision titles, and I managed to pick up Singularity and Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines, both of which are games I've wanted to have a go at for a while now, but never really got the chance because both of them sound utterly bizarre. And you know you know me, I like bizarre things. So there's that. And on top of that, BioShock Infinite arrived today. I ordered a box copy, as I usually do. And I cannot even express how excited I am to play it. I really can't. And on top of all that, I am currently ploughing my way through Dawnguard as fast as I can. Firstly, because I really, really, really like Dawnguard. It's shaping up to be one of my favourite Bethesda DLCs they've ever done. And also because once I've got Dawnguard out of the way, it'll allow me to get started on Dragonborn, which will allow us to do that Dragonborn stream I promised ages and ages and ages ago, so there you go. So bearing all that in mind, I have no idea when this video will actually reach you, so there it is. Let's have a look, what do we got book-wise? As you can tell, people, it's going to be a bit of a slow episode today. But, you know, what you can say, Idris deserves a bit of relaxation, so... He's a little bit tired of stabbing things, let's be honest. Did we finish the Necromancy book? I don't think we did we? That's Black Arts on Trial, there we go. I think we got to the conclusion, didn't we? There we are, conclusion. Right. The risks of studying necromancy outweigh its usefulness. The Guild does not wish to censor the study of any of its members, but it will not tolerate studies in the Black Arts except in limited form for the purpose of combating its evil adherents. This may only be done by rare individuals who have proven themselves both highly skilled and highly cautious, and then only with my express permission and supervision. And that funny little noise you can hear in the background, by the way, dear viewers, is my dog. He is lying in his bed right now, and one of the things he likes to do when he's asleep, and don't listen to anyone who tells you that dogs don't dream, because they clearly do. He's lying in bed, fast asleep right now, but he's actually barking in his sleep, so you occasionally hear this woof noise from the back. That's what that is. So yeah, he's probably telling off a cat or something in a dream, and yeah, we'll just have to put up with that. I'm sure you don't mind, but he has to stay in here with me at the minute. Because he kind of lives in my room, really. I mean, he's the family's dog, but in a way, honestly, he's probably more mine than anyone else's because I look after him. So, anyway, so moving on to the afterword. I regret to acknowledge the truth behind the rumour that Master what? Oh, okay. I regret to acknowledge the truth behind the rumour that Master Ulyssata Grakog was more than an apologist for necromancy. She was a necromancer herself. Upon this revelation, the Knights of the Lamp attempted to arrest her at the guild house in Orsinium, but she made good her escape. We have every confidence in the replacement Magister in Orsinium. Though I disagreed, I respected her logical reasoning enough to include her arguments in this book, and see no reason to remove them. It is disappointing, however, to see that her interest in the truth was nothing more than a euphemism for her slavery to the Black Arts. This unfortunate situation merely illustrates how essential it is for guild members to be wary of the lure of necromancy and be vigilant to its practitioners' infiltration in our Mage's Guild. Well, there you are, people. You can make up your own minds. He just made up his a long time ago. What could we read next? We've got a lot of books in here. Let's read something vaguely topical. Magic from the Sky. The Mage's Guild chat. I know, bugger off. History of Daggerfall. Frontier, Conquest. Brief History of the Empire. Biography of Baron Zaya. Beggar Prince. An expanded excerpt from what? Oh, from The Light of Dawn. Oh, Vampires. Ah, right, that's the thing about that sword we read about earlier. Arcana Restored. New. Looks a little bit too confusing to bother reading. Galerian the Mystic. I could have sworn we had a book in here about Ayleids somewhere. Jeffrey, no, we've already read that. Oh, there it is! The Last King of the Ayleids, as well as the Fall of the Usurper. That's related to High Elves as well. The Last King of the Ayleids. Oh, let's make a start. At least. Right, there we go. The Last King of the Ayleids by Herminia Sinner. The Ayleids, or Heartland High Elves, ruled Cyrodiil in the long ages of myth before the beginning of recorded history. One of the earliest recorded dates, in fact, is the fall of the White Gold Tower in the First Era 243, which is commonly assumed to mark the end of the Ayleids. Although Ayleid rule over all of Cyrodiil was indeed broken in the First Era 243, this was only one of the most obvious stages near the end of a long decline. The first 2 centuries of the First Era saw increasing strife between the great Ayleid lords of Cyrodiil. Alessia appears to have taken advantage of a period of civil war to launch her uprising. Imperial historians have traditionally attributed her victory to an intervention from Skyrim, but it appears that she had at least as much help from rebel Ayleid lords during the siege of White Gold Tower. The popular image of the Ayleids as brutal slave masters is based in fact, of course, but it is less well known that a number of Ayleid princes continued to rule parts of Cyrodiil after 263 as vassals of the new Empress of Cyrodiil. This suggests that either Ayleid rule was not universally detested, or that Alessia and her successors were more pragmatic than is traditionally believed, or perhaps some of both. In any event, excavations at a number of Ayleid sites show continued occupation and even expansion during the so-called Late Ayleid period, First Era 243 to circa 498. At first, many Ayleid lords continued to rule as vassals of the new human regime. In some cases, Ayleid supporters of Alessia were even rewarded with new lands taken from slain enemies. It's not clear to what extent human slavery continued under the Cyrodiilic Empire. Humans continued to dwell in the Ayleid-ruled areas of Cyrodiil, but there is nothing definitive to show under what terms. This was an uneasy relationship from the beginning, and was not destined to last long. Resentment at the continued presence of Ayleid nobles within the Empire was a contributing factor to the rise of the so-called Alessian Order, founded by Maruk. The first victims of the Alessians were the Ayleids of Cyrodiil. In the early 300s, the surviving Ayleid communities in human-ruled areas were obliterated one by one, the refugees temporarily swelling the power of the remaining Ayleid lordships. Then, in 361, the Alessians gained control of the Empire and enforced the Alessian doctrines throughout its domain. The Ayleid lordships were abolished. Enforcement of this decree does not appear to have required much direct violence. It seems that by this point the balance of power was so overwhelmingly against them, and their fate so long overshadowed, that most of the remaining Ayleids simply left Cyrodiil, eventually being absorbed into elven populations of Valenwood and High Rock. Indeed, the rise of the Durrani hegemony sorry about that, may be linked to this exodus of Ayleids from Cyrodiil, a connection so far little studied by historians. Still, a remnant Ayleid population seems to have survived the rule of the Alessians because we hear of the last king of the Ayleids, joining the Battle of Glenumbria Moors, where the Durranis decisively defeated the Alessians in 482. How this king's people survived into the preceding century is unknown. We do not even know who they were, although recent research points to Nenelata as the possible resting place of this last king. Unfortunately, in the current state of the Empire, funds are no longer available for proper scientific investigation of such extensive ruins, so the answer to these questions will have to be left for future generations. Fascinating. Maybe we'll come across Nenelata at some point if we potentially haven't already. Maybe that's worth having a look for. Right, Garlus Malatar. No, that was that Knights of the Nine dungeon we accidentally came across right at the start. Oh, let's see. Vindazel, Anatwell, Born, Atitar, Welki, Wendelbeck, Maladar, Macamentain, Kemen. Libsantan. Oh, Libsantan. Wow. That freaking dungeon made this entire Let's Play what it is today. I swear it did. Nope, looks like we haven't come across Nether Tower before. So that'll be something to have, kind of be on the lookout, I suppose, for. I do like sitting down and reading those books every now and again. I mean, I know it slows down the episode a bit, but the thing is, I like reading at least books which are kind of relevant to Idris's character. So books about the Ayleids, books about the Mages Guild, that kind of stuff, you know. I think it's important to do that every now and again, and if I'm honest, I haven't read a lot of the books that were in Oblivion, you know, like the new ones anyway, because most of the books in Oblivion were sadly just copy-pasted from Morrowind, but there were a few new ones, like the one we just read, which are actually quite interesting, you know. I only wish that they'd kind of played up the Ayleids a bit more in Oblivion, in terms of maybe the main quest and stuff like that, in the same way that Morrowind did with the Dwemer. That would have made things a lot more interesting. It would give him a bit more context for all the Ayleid ruins lying around all over the place, if you know what I mean. But anyway, yeah, let's use that Welkin Stone, and I suppose we better get going. Gauntlets on. Ah yes, Kvatch Cuirass. A bit of memory. So, let's get moving. Elba hopefully is still out here and hasn't wandered off. That would not be particularly magnificent, would it? I will have to apologise in advance for maybe some potentially longer loading times than normal. The reason for that being, I am currently not only uploading a video, part of the Q&A I'm uploading right now as we speak, I'm also rendering more of the Q&A videos at the same time as well. The reason I'm even able to do this while recording Oblivion is because, well, it's the magic of being able to have an 8-core CPU. I think it's fucking fantastic. I love it. It's such a time saver. It means I don't have to basically sit there with my computer basically immobilized while rendering videos, especially long ones. I can actually still get on and record more stuff while that's going on, which is brilliant. So yeah, I've got like the first 4 cores I think devoted to the AVS video converter, another 2 for Oblivion and another 2 for Fraps. So even though Oblivion I think only uses 1, but you know. Okay, I apologise for the pause there. People at the front door, and therefore once again the dog went mental. I was like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, let me find out who the new people are. So we started barking and shouting, and you know. So I had to go do that, and I decided while I was down there to make myself a mug of green tea, so I shall occasionally pause to drink some of that, because it's jolly lovely stuff. I don't know why, but Chinese green tea seems to be my beverage of choice when I'm recording Oblivion. Don't ask me why, it just fits somehow. Now then. This way. Whose horse is this? I guess it, yeah, Imperial Legion horse. I guess it belongs to a guard. Maybe even the guard that died last night, actually. Who knows? Let's not stick around, let's just head on to Anvil. And preferably... Oh, there it is. There it is. Anvil once again. I just didn't honestly expect to be back here, but yet here he is. Oh, he's in a rush. Yep, there it is. Interesting to see it from up here in the hills. We, of course, never came this way. The last time we left Anvil, we left by boat, didn't we? So, and that's another inn. Crikey, okay. 2 inns on the Gold Coast Road thingy. What's it? Whatever it's called. Bit excessive, I think, maybe. I don't know. I don't know. It's cool to have. I think actually, now I think about it, it would have been better if they'd had more inns in the game. Actually, from an RP perspective, especially on. Oh, hello.
Pay up, or else.
Or else what? I'll gallop away and you can't catch me. No, take it from me if you can.
Actually, that's the way this one prefers it.
If you can outrun a horse, we'll see, shall we? Yeah, dumbass. See you later. This suppose we could get rid of him, but honestly, he's not like the crazy marauders we met on the way to Kvash that just attack on sight. At least that fella, you know, demands the money from you first, and I guess if you've not got enough money, then, you know, what's he gonna do? Murder you for the sake of it? That seems a bit dumb. And besides, the guard headed in that direction anyway,
You
so...
look like a bright one. Hey!
Hey, what? What's going on?
How can you know what you're... Look out!
Is this... No, this is a different Khajiit, isn't it? Hey! They leave that fella's horse alone. Huh. Slayer? You won't be needing those anymore, will you? Is that a bottle of wine? It is. Thank you very much for that. Carry on, officer. Should be on my way. I'm guessing the other Khajiit gave up, since he's not reached us yet. A wise choice, if I do say so. Can we load the cell now properly, game? Thank you. That'd be good. Okay, I can't blame you for being a bit slower than usual because, you know, as I said, the computer is under a bit of a load right now. As you can imagine. Rendering about 1 hour and 40 minutes of video, as well as uploading, as well as recording at the same time, is no easy feat, really. Well worth the money in upgrades, though, I have to say. If I was just buying a normal gaming PC, I probably would have stuck with the old Phenom 2 I had, because I probably would have just done the job for most games. But if you're a Let's Player and you want to, well, you know, and you want to upload and record and render and stuff as fast as possible, you know, an 8-core monster CPU is probably the best bet, honestly. I mean, obviously, I'd say the Intel ones are probably superior. You know, once you can get them overclocked and so on and so forth, and you've got the appropriate cooling system for them. But if you're on a budget, as most of us are, I would definitely recommend the CPU I bought, which is the AMD FX 8350, which uses pile driver technology, I believe, which is like a version. It's kind of like a version of the bulldozer technology they were using, except that it doesn't suck, basically. So. I like this bit of music that's playing right now, I do. I think it's the music that plays when you first start a new game of Skyrim and you're in the cart on your way to Helgen. Lovely bit of music, I do love it. So here we are, Anvil. Not so sunny Anvil. And my frame rate is rubbish. I don't know whether that's Anvil's fault or my, you know, like I said, the CPU load's fault. Probably that, if we're honest. I mean, because the AVS unfortunately doesn't give you an option to turn off the visual preview during the rendering process. So my GPU is also attempting to render the bloody video preview in AVS as well as trying to run Oblivion at the same time. So
how do you do? Arvena Thelus is
not exactly ideal, but there it is.
Some strange noises coming from her basement.
Recipe. Have a quick peek at this while she's busy reading her book. Restore willpower is made by heating Minotaur horn and primrose leaves. Grind the results together with a mortar and pestle. Add water to create a drinkable fluid. Ugh, I bet that tastes absolutely foul. It really does. Ugh. I mean, you're not adding anything to it other than water. You're literally grinding that shit up, heating it, and yeah, you like a full shot music, and you know, just drinking it as it is. That's horrible. Like, that's probably worse than cough medicine. That is right there.
I don't want to know about it.
Yeah.
It sounds like there are an awful
Excuse me.
Hello, Associate. To earn a recommendation from me, you need simply prove you are able-bodied and prepared to learn something in the process.
Alright then. Fair enough.
Unlike some frivolous tasks you may be given at other guild halls, this is a serious matter and has consequences. Are you prepared?
If I'm honest, what's your name, Carahel? I I doubt anything you could possibly throw at me compares to what I've been through the last couple of days, but rest assured I am as prepared as I will ever be.